Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, TK. You know, living in a house, it could be complicated at times. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people who want to come around and rake your leaves and cut your grass and, you know, and a bunch of different things that you got people who want to come around. You know, they always want to sell you something when you have a house. You know, it's like an accessory, you know. So, there was this one time where this guy, he used to come to my house all the time and he'll cut my grass. And I used to pay him in advance because I got to know him a little bit. And I said, you know what? I'm going to pay this guy in advance. So, went out the country. I told him, I said, hey, listen, I'm not going to be here, but here's the 35 for you to cut my grass. He said, okay, I got you. It's all right. So I left out the country. I was gone for a couple of weeks. I come back, and my grass isn't cut. I wonder why isn't my grass cut? Why is it, you know, like a jungle? You know what I'm saying? Like, you walk through the jungle or whatever. So I called the guy up. He wasn't answering the phone. So I was wondering why, you know, he wasn't answering the phone this time. I was just like, why is he answering the phone? He always answers my calls this time. Whatever. So I just so happened to be driving and I was coming across a bridge. I come down off the bridge and I see a guy holding a sign. And it says, please feed homeless. I'm so hungry. I need to eat. You know, one of those homeless signs. So I pull up and I'm more paying attention to the sign and not the guy. And I'm looking at the sign and I'm trying to make out what it says. So when I get close to it, it says, I'm homeless, been broke for years. Now this is weird that homeless sign was like, I've been broke for years. Been broke for years. Can you please feed me? And I said, this is interesting. And I looked down, and it's the guy that's supposed to cut my grass. I'm like, what the fuck is this? He got 2 jobs now. This guy is begging for money and he's cutting grass. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I said, yo. And he looked at me. And I looked at him. And I said, yo, bro, you ain't cut my grass. Where's my $35? And all the people are in the side on the side of me. They looking like everybody's looking at him. And he starts to run. So I'm pulling up. Now I can't really get out of traffic because, you know, there was a way I could have turned, but I was in another lane where I couldn't get over to that lane. So he runs up the street, throws the sign in the air, runs up the street. So I'm calling the number. Won't answer, right? So all right, he got it. A couple weeks later, right? I ain't gonna say a couple weeks. It was probably a couple of days later. I'm sorry, not a couple of weeks later. A couple of days later, I come into my neighborhood. And I see the guy, van, and he's cutting grass. So I'm like, oh, he got some balls. Like, he didn't cut my grass, but he's out here cutting grass a couple of houses down from me. So I pull up, jumped out the car. Yo, dog. He got headphones on. He don't hear me. He cutting the grass. I'm like, yo. So I tapped him like, yo, dog. And James like, he was like, oh, what's up, man? When did you get back? I was like, yo, I gave you, you didn't cut my grass. He was like, what are you talking about? What do you mean I didn't cut your grass? You never paid me. You were supposed to pay me, but you never paid me. So I didn't think you wanted to cut. I was like, yo, dog, I literally gave you the money in your hand. I gave it to you in your hand. I just seen you 2-3 days ago by the bridge with a sign up saying that you hungry for food and you haven't had nothing for years. So he's like, bro, I'm so sorry, man. And I'm like, I'm like, you could have just cut my grass. He said, no, listen, bro. I'm going to say something to you and you probably ain't going to believe me, but I'm going to show you. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what the fuck is this guy going to tell me? Is he going to tell me he schizophrenic or something? He crazy? I don't know what the fuck he's going to tell me. So he's like, yo, dog, come here real quick. So I walk over to his truck. He opens his truck door. And he has a twin brother. Now, how crazy is that? So he says to his twin brother, yo, did you take money from this man and then cut his grass? So he looks up and he sees me. And I'm sure he remembered me from like, yo, screaming on him. He tries to get out the other side of the car. He's trying to get out the other side of the truck. And he's like, no. I'm taking it out your pay. So I said, wait a minute, bro. Let me ask you something. Your brother goes around and takes money from people and he's your identical twin brother and he's taking, he said, yeah, he does it all the time, man. And I can't just leave my brother out there. And I said, well, he had a sign up saying he was homeless, man. He's like, he's absolutely not homeless. He's not. Actually, he has a really nice house. He said he's not homeless. He's just on drugs. And I don't want to laugh at that. Because I don't think being on drugs is funny. Not at all. But you got to be careful, man. You got to be careful out here. Because the trickery is real. That's my lawnmower story.